saying that, obviously Rev's video title of More Pegasus is finished. Obviously, bait. We know Pegasus is just fine. We know he is in no danger of going away because, of course, he has the legendary series, which will never go away. But I am curious what people are trying to quote unquote cancel him for. So shall we take a look at what is going on with Pegasus? I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I'm curious. So let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Here. Welcome back to a series so based, even you subscribed. In today's video, we'll be talking about some more free content being provided by the usual suspects on places like Twitter.com. People are once again very upset with Pegasus. They are angry about his coverage of the infamous dog zapper himself, Hassan Piker.
He said the
as
thing.
Always, when a fellow slop tuber is being targeted and harassed, well, it is my moral duty to support this individual. But yeah, as always, Pegasus is making a video documenting the never-ending lies of Hassan Piker, and a recent clip was posted by Yeet on Twitter, and people are responding to this and they're very upset with Pegasus. But let's listen to this clip that has people.
Pegasus predicts Hassan will go down as one of the greatest liars of all time. You got what you wanted, Hassan. You're going down in history, not for the reason you like. I feel like Hassan is probably going to be known as one of the greatest liars in all of humanity. One of the only people who lies about verifiable info captured on camera repeatedly over and over. There needs to be a Wikipedia entry of Hassan Piker and then lying is OP. That's his professional quote. I'm going to check on something.
People up in arms about our fellow slop tuber.
I mean, the fact is, this has transcended everything, okay? People are making games out of it. Game of the year, actually. I mean, I think you got what you wanted, Hassan. You are going down in history, just not for the reason you'd like, you know? I feel like Hassan is probably going to be known as one of the greatest liars in all of humanity, right? Because right now, who is associated with lying, right? It's probably like Richard Nixon or, Lance Armstrong, the Ponzi scheme guy or whatever. But now we got Hassan in there. We got to add him, put him to the top of the list, right? Because Hassan's like one of the only people who lies about verifiable information captured on camera repeatedly over and over. And who the fuck changes their story 10 plus?
Yeah, literally, Hassan cannot be honest about anything. He is legitimately a pathological liar. He will never be honest about literally anything in his fucking life. He has lied about every single topic that he has ever spoken on. Be it about politics, be it about Kaya, be it about himself, be it about current events, be it about Asmongold, be it about Pegasus, be it about Ethan. Anybody. He literally lies about everything. Without question. Without deviation. He will just flat out lie. And gets called out for immediately. And either bans the person calling him out for it. Or then he transitions into another lie. But Hassan has never been truthful. I legit don't think he has ever been truthful once in the entirety of his streaming career. Not once. He has lied about literally fucking everything. Except for his love of communism. I think his love of communism, is the one thing that may actually be truthful. That he absolutely loved communism. But there's a reason why he loves communism. Is because for some reason, he is under the erroneous belief that if he was to live in a communist country, if he was to communism and terrorism, you are absolutely correct. Communism and terrorism that goes into things that he legitimately loves. That is the one truthful thing that he said. That he loves communism, that he loves terrorism. Exactly. Hassan thinks that if he lived in a communist country, not America, or if America turned into a communist country en masse, He fully believes that he would live as one of the elites, that they would not come for his money, that they would take from the poors and they would give to him because he would basically be their propaganda elitist. He fully thinks that he would be with all of the rich people that is taking everything from the poors, and he would be lauded as one of these oligarchs. I think that's the one thing he legitimately believes that. That's why he constantly pushes communism. And that's why he constantly pushes terrorism, because one is means to achieve the other. And and that is the reason why. And yes, I saw the recent crash out where there was a Vietnamese refugee that was talking about what life was like for her in South Vietnam, I believe, talking about living under communism. And he basically told her, and he was watching a video of her, and he told an actual refugee from communism who was saying communism is bad and explaining why, and he crashed the fuck out on her, saying, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid fucking refugee." He literally went racist on a Vietnamese refugee that escaped communism. Went full racist on her. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely didn't. Why? Because he's a con artist. He is, like, Hassan is the textbook definition of what an actual grifter is. Yes, Hassan is racist. Hassan is homophobic. He is a fucking grifter. He is a terrorist. He is a communist. He should not be allowed citizenship in America. He should have his citizenship revoked and be shipped back to Turkey. Absolutely. Him and Cenk. Revoke their citizenships and fire their ass back to Turkey. They hate America so much, fine, they don't have to live here. There, I'm not in America right now, but you know what I mean. If Hassan hates America so fucking much, then the United States government needs to grant him his wish, revoke his citizenship, because he was born and raised in Turkey. So he is not a natural-born U.S. citizen. He is a Turkish citizen. His family immigrated over from Turkey, and he achieved citizenship. So give him what he wants. Denaturalize him and boot him the fuck out. After they charge him with treason for providing aid and comfort to terrorists, let him spend some time in prison, seize all of his assets as part of those charges, and then boot his ass back to Turkey and say, "Get out." Absolutely, do it. Absolutely. Him, Frogan, Mike from PA, Denhams, they all hate America so fucking much. Cool, get out. Get the fuck out. Because you know who some of the most patriotic people in America are? Anyone want to take a guess who some of the most patriotic people in America are? Take a wild fucking guess. Just take a guess. The people that actually migrated from communist countries did so the legal way. The legal way. People that legally migrated, that were refugees and legally migrated from communist countries. Those are probably some of the most patriotic people you will ever meet. They love America and they hate illegal immigrants. Because they look at the illegal immigrants like, "Bitch, I actually did this the right way. I fucking love this country and I did this the right way." And they look at the illegal immigrants and they hate them. They absolutely hate them because they are basically they're fucking things up for the peak. They're basically taking the easy way and they're fucking things up for those that are taking the long, hard road to do it the right way. So, and they hate Hassan. They absolutely hate Hassan. So the U.S. government, if he is this anti-American, cool. They need to denaturalize his inverted micro penis ass. Denaturalize him, seize his assets for supporting terrorism, and boot him the fuck out. Send him back to the land of his birth. Fucking do it. Fucking do it. And thank you, Stout.
Times. Nobody does that. There needs to be like a Wikipedia entry of Hassan Piker and then lying is OP. That's his like professional quote, you know?
Lying is OP, as I say all the time.
So what he just said in that clip is completely fair and accurate. Basically, at this point, Hassan Piker is a lolcow. He is a guy that really has become a content piñata for anyone who wants to go after him. People like myself and Pegasus will have infinite content to farm from this guy because He's not just
Yeah, and the fact that the U.S. government hasn't declared Hassan as a Hamas asset, I'm sorry, that's showing weakness. The fact that the United States government and the FBI have not declared Hassan as an enemy asset is I'm sorry, that shows how fucking people want to talk about how wonderful Trump is, how wonderful, the current administration is. I'm sorry, it's incredibly fucking weak that they're gonna let a literal communist and terrorist broadcast communism and terrorist propaganda on Twitch and not do anything about it. I'm sorry, that's weakness. He is literally functioning as an enemy asset. He's functioning as an enemy asset to China. He's functioning as an enemy asset to Cuba. He's functioning as an enemy asset to Hamas and to Iran. And the fact that they have not done anything, I'm sorry, that shows a tremendous amount of weakness. There's a great deal of weakness that has been exhibited by the current administration when it comes to allowing shit like Hassan to literally propagandize communism. I'll get to it a bit later, but we're seeing some of the results of it, which I might get to a bit later.
just outrageous in his behavior. He is very hypocritical and disingenuous. He is someone who's caught in 4K lying constantly. Just think about the whole Collargate situation and the layers upon layers upon layers of lies he was caught in trying to wiggle his way out of that situation. But when it comes to his sycophants, whether it's in his orbits or his followers, they don't care. Okay, they can see the lies, but it doesn't matter. They will try to deflect.
It's also right under the First Amendment, but if he does provide material support, they can, as long as he just keeps talking, they can't do anything. Yeah, calling for the deaths of individuals is not protected by the First Amendment. Hassan has actually called for the deaths of people. That's not protected by the First Amendment. That's jailable. And he should have been put into prison when he did that. He has literally called for the deaths of people numerous times. He's called for the deaths of numerous sitting U.S. officials. He has viscerally described how he thinks people should be killing capitalists. He has insulted veterans by saying enjoy his PTSD, which again, veterans on Twitch are considered a protected class. So but he didn't catch a ban for it. He's telling people how easy it is to make suicide drones. Sorry, free speech doesn't protect that. That is not protected by freedom of speech. When you are advocating for violence against people, that's not protected by freedom of speech. It's not. Well, okay, referring to his terrorist ties, in that falls under either sedition or treason by providing aid and comfort to terrorists by giving a categorized terrorist people a platform on which to spew their propaganda. Plus, he has actually displayed terrorist recruit and propaganda in what he considers a positive way on his stream. So that's providing aid and comfort to a foreign enemy. That's not protected by freedom of speech. By showing terrorist propaganda and saying this is awesome, yeah, that's not protected by freedom of speech.
And cope about it, but people are very upset about this. Here's some of the replies. This individual saying, "What has Hassan ever lied about?" with a shocked Pikachu face. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are sentient human beings who are able to type out a sentence like this, who genuinely believe Hassan has never lied.
Is Rev
going to
bring up the I hope Rev brings up the guy that is the Hansted Hassan inverted micro penis licker in Twitter that is constantly tier 3 simping for Hassan. Pegasus has been farming the fuck out of this guy because every post he does on Hassan, this guy's commenting, just slobbering all over Hassan's inverted micropenis. Every fucking time. And Pegasus, you need to get a farmer's hat on because you're farming this shit out of this guy. Laws only exist if they're enforced. I wish Trump was half the dictator the left thinks he is. Not dictator, that's the incorrect word. I don't wish that he was half the dictator the left thinks he is. I just wish that he was actually someone that would actually, I wish that he would actually start putting his foot down and actually start, affecting law and order in the country. That is what I wish. I don't want him to be a dictator. I don't think even the right does not want him to be, or at least the sane ones don't want him to be a dictator. But he absolutely needs to start putting his fucking foot down and start dealing with basically the insurrection that is occurring in America. Because make no mistake, there is a massive insurrection in America. When you have, okay, I guess I am going to talk about this. When you have marches happening in New York fucking City at minimum, and they are literally flying the communist flag with the hammer and sickle, and they are promoting communist propaganda, and they are proclaiming that they are communists, and that doesn't get struck the fuck down, now we got a problem. Now we have a fucking problem when you have got scores of people waving this is not hyperbole, they are literally waving communist flags with the hammer and sickle, cheering for communism, claiming to be communist. You have people screaming terrorist propaganda, saying that it's a victory for every U.S. base that gets destroyed and every U.S. soldier that comes home in a casket. No, they need to be fucking gone. And this is where he's showing he's weak. Every single one of those people, especially the ones that are saying that cheer whenever a U.S. base gets blown up and an American soldier comes home in a casket, you should be cheering. I'm sorry. You need to put those people in prison. If they are foreigners, they need to either be deported or they need to be denaturalized and kicked the fuck out. Now, this is a fucking insurrection. Okay? We are seeing a goddamn insurrection. We are. So communism protests are legal since it's technically a party. There's no official communism party on the books as a legit political party, so no, it's not protected. Until there's an actual communist party on the books as a duly registered political party running for office, it's not protected by freedom of speech. No, it's not, because it's not a registered political party in the United States. Communism itself is still First Amendment. That's fine. You want to say that communism itself is still First Amendment? Fine. But when they're actually advocating for the deaths of U.S. troops, I'm sorry, kick them the fuck out. That is them advocating for terrorism against the U.S. Okay, they're actually hoping that U.S. troops, especially like with the Iran war thing, they're hoping the U.S. troops die. Okay, and I'm sorry, it's gotten bad enough that nothing is being done, and the fact that they're just letting this happen willy-nilly, and no investigations, no arrests for sedition, no arrests for insurrection. I'm sorry, it's showing weakness. It's showing weakness by the administration.
These people can vote.
Andrea and I mentioned this earlier, but you were going off about Hassan. Hassan was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Well, fucking denaturalize him. Fuck it, kick him out anyway. Kick him out under sedition or something, or jail him. I don't fucking care. I don't care. Hassan is a traitor to the United States. He is a flat-out traitor. Yes. The fact that they are allowing him to affect radical terrorism in the United States, I'm sorry, that is a failure on the part of the Department of Justice. It's a failure on the FBI.
Same as yours and mine. That should shock you. But of course, here's some more comments. This person's saying nobody cares what this Asmon fluffer has to say. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, another round of Asmongold derangement syndrome. Quite frankly, this is really on par with someone who is simping for Hassan Piker. I mean, they're really acting like Hassan Piker. I guess they would have the sort of bracelet that would say, you know, typically, what would Jesus do? In their realm of the internet, it's what would Hassan do? In this case, make it about Asmongold, right? Everything ties back to Asmongold, so This sycophant of Hassan Piker is really acting much like Hassan Piker would act. But here's another reply saying, I think those plushies in this room sums up this man-child's ability for critical thinking and is all you need to know about the credibility of this prediction.
And this person's username on Twitter is probably about all you need to know about this dumb fuck. Calling yourself friggin' nipslip? Yeah, that pretty much tells you all you need to know about this person's brain.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now shaming people like
history.
Pegasus for the plushies in the background. Interesting. Do you have a valid criticism to make? I mean, this is,
of course they don't, because they never do. That's the key thing. All of these people that love to dump on Asmongold, all these people that love to dump on Pegasus, all these people that love to dump on Red, they like to throw out buzzwords. They like to say, "Oh, they're a pedophile. Oh, they're just they just suck." You know, but they can never actually say how they're wrong. It's literally the classic, "You're gonna call me a pedophile? Cool. Tell me what." Fine, I'm not, but fine. Where am I wrong? And they can never say how they're wrong. They can never. That is the quintessential thing. These guys, these fucking freak shows, these SJRs, these no life losers, can never ever postulate a counter argument to say how they're wrong. They'll call them names. They'll call them istophobes. They'll call them everything in the book. They'll try to paint a target on them to try and basically not so subtly indicate that these people should be killed. But they'll never say how they're wrong. They'll never provide facts or evidence to prove that they are wrong in what they say. That's the key thing. That's why that is a staple of the SJRs. They don't like that the truth is being exposed, and because the truth about them is being exposed, well, obviously those people have to be killed. And that's why they use the istophobia. That's why that's why they use the fascism, because they paint a target on them, because it's used to say, hey, this is a valid target, get them. We can't have them telling the truth about us.
Very much in the spirit of Hassan Piker, where you have no actual criticism of anything being said. Instead, you make these personal attacks against someone's plushie collection. And oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. In case you're not familiar, I have been talking about this in my live streams. Yes, I live stream on YouTube. I started on March 1st, and we're still going to this day, by the way. Great time if you want to check out my streams. Make sure to subscribe, do all that stuff, and pay attention.
It's so cute.
I did talk about this recently. I have a
adorable.
plushie, this one right here, coming out on April 6th. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is through Uwu Market. We love the people over there.
It's going to Uwu Market.
Company,
nice.
But yes, this will be available for purchase very soon. That is April 6th. Mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get some more shelves covered in plushies. So it makes
they might be working on
like
a straw one. They might
very upset on Twitter. But let's continue on. This person replies saying, Hassan's biggest fan, LOL. MF makes daily videos. And people say this about me, like, despite the fact that I do not make daily videos on Hassan, but you know what?
Not
yeah,
daily, but he makes a few.
To make so many videos.
I mean, the fact is, Hassan is a lolcow. Right, that's the fact is Hassan is a lolcow, and he is just basically giving the farmers an insanely, probably the biggest crop that they've ever had to harvest. So why wouldn't they make content? Because Hassan is literally just giving them content for them to farm off of literally every fucking day. They can make videos about it. The videos get tons of views. They can, the videos are monetized, so they can make money off those views. Why wouldn't they farm the fuck out of them for content? Why not? If I actually monetized my YouTube channel, then maybe I would actually look at starting to, trying to farm content. Then maybe I might talk about Hassan more to try farm content off of him. Because holy fuck is he so farmable. He is him, iDubbbz, all of these fucking SJR communist morons. They are so easy to farm content off of. And basically, Nops, Asmigel, they're getting rich off it. They're making money off it because when they put out the Pegasus too, when they make videos about them, they get an incredible amount of views. Those views translate into money. So Hassan is literally at present their fucking cash cow. Why shouldn't they make content about it if the dumb fucker is actually making them money?
On Hassan, if you're someone who covers this sort of content, if you cover streamer drama or controversies, yeah, Hassan is going to be like the focal point of your content. If you're not making videos regularly about this guy, you're not doing your job correctly, because this guy is very influential, whether you want to admit it or not. He is a very influential
don't
streamer,
hate the player, hate the game.
He does the most ridiculous stuff you'll see among any streamers, let alone someone who is so popular. But anyways, here's another reply saying, biggest liar than scamming your audience of $17,000? Or a bigger liar than teasing your audience for a year that you had all the evidence collected on your ex and justice will be served and all will make sense and it'll be over for you, Pink? LMAO?
What the fuck? What the fuck did we just read? Chad, I may have just lost brain cells. I think I'm oh god, I'm losing more. Oh god, I'm losing even more. Oh no, chat, my brain cells, they're fleeing. I've punished them too much. My brain cells, they're
Oh shit, what happened? Shit, what happened? What happened? What year is it? Oh god, what time of day is it? Who am I? Fuck. What happened? Okay, I don't know what happened. Is something happened here? What happened? Now I'm like this. Oh crap, oh fuck, what happened? Oh god, talk to me. Talk to me, what happened? Oh no. Wait, did we read something? Shit, I'm in trouble. Help! But brain not working. Brain's not going to hyperactive mode to try and recover because there's so few brain cells now, and it's got to recover because now the brain cells are working at overtime. Oh god, five. Oh no! They're in trouble. Shit. Yeah, the backups are kicking in. I'm sorry. The backups are kicking in. Shit. Somebody poked me. Somebody dick poked me and it didn't work. Hang on. Fuck. That the bonks didn't work. Bots, you're gonna have to fix the bonks on it.
Thank you. I needed that. Thank you, whoever did that. I needed that. And whoever tried to do the bonks and the bonks failed, mods, please refund them. I'm not sure who tried to do the bonk and it failed. Oh, Xanax. Mods, can you give Xanax back the points? The bonks didn't work. Yeah, okay. Factory proper reset. Okay, I'm back. I'm not reading that again because I will go full chibi if that happens. Okay, let's continue.
What? What is this person talking about? What does this have to do with Pegasus criticizing Hassan Piker? I have literally no idea what this individual is ranting about. But here's a quote saying this guy needs to go down as one of the least principled commentary channels of all time. Bro, Pegasus effing sucks. D,
for God's sake.
And just meat rides the popular side. He did this with Mr. Beast, and is why Mr. Beast's coverage of his is horrible.
If he's one of the least principled commentary channels and his coverage is horrible, Why is Pegasus currently at 780,000 subscribers and it's still going up? And his views are getting hundreds of thousands of views every day. If his coverage was so horrible, why is everybody looking at it?
Interesting stuff. Very interesting point from this individual. But talking about meat riding the popular side, are you talking about Jellywig? Because that's what it sounds like to meat ride the popular side. I don't think the things Pegasus has said over the years really represents the popular side. I think
it's
going
just not
after
their
people
side.
like Hassan is a daring one, because you're kind of ostracizing yourself in many ways. But if you are someone with a bit of principles and integrity, you would criticize Hassan Piker, and that's exactly what Pegasus does. And I guess individuals like this are very upset about that. But here's another reply. This person saying, who would they talk about if there was no Hassan?
Very simple answer. There will always be another Hassan. This is the internet. We are talking about streamers. We are talking about topical and political commentary streamers. There will always be another Hassan. If Hassan was to go away, yeah, there are undoubtedly a number of retards waiting in line to take his spot. Absolutely. There will never be a lacking of content to far. Ever again. With the invention of the internet, with the invention of streaming, with the invention of YouTube, there will never, ever be a lack of content for people like Pegasus, for people like Rat, for people like Nux, for people like Asmongold. There will never be a lack of content for them to talk about. There will always be some dumb fuck that will be ready and willing and is actually chomping at the bit to take their place. Always and forever. So don't worry, Rad1369420. Someone will replace him very, very easily.
You. We're going to talk about you, Rad1369420. We're going to talk about you next and your burner account.
Goody!
Anyways, here's another person just simply providing a link to, I guess, a video exposing Pegasus.
Oh, no!
As you can see, there's 0 likes, 2 bookmarks, and 3 comments. And I clicked on the video, and I watched for a couple seconds. Let's experience this call out.
Oh, God.
Pegasus,
Rev, what are you going to do to me?
At the end of the year in 2024, the American people had a decision to make, and they decided to vote for Donald Trump. They decided that the person to lead them into the next half of the decade was the orange man with the...
Okay, Trump derangement syndrome in the commentary...
The back. 5 seconds in.
Community, I guess.
Yeah.
Really strong opener for a guy who doesn't even live in the United States, by the way. Talking about Pegasus and immediately talking about Orange Man bad.
Okay. Hold up. I do need to do I do need to kind of do a gimme here, where Reb is saying, like, this guy doesn't live in the United States, and he's going to talk about this. Pegasus doesn't need it. Okay, Pegasus does not live in America. Pegasus lives in, I believe he's in Asia. I forget which specific Asianic country he's in, but Pegasus is overseas in Asia. So Pegasus is not in America as well, and he talks about it. So that's something I got. That's excuse me. I have to kind of disagree a bit with Rab's thing. Is it Singapore? I cannot recall exactly where he resides. Just because someone doesn't live it, like I don't like this fallacy of, oh, just because you don't live in America, you can't talk about or you can't criticize America. I even, despite the fact that I'm American, I'm American and I live in Canada. So, you could say that I have a vested interest because I am American, even though I'm living in Canada. But, America is a world power. Okay, America is a world power. Why don't I immigrate back down to America? Because I have family here in Canada. The reason why I came up here in the first place. I came to Canada specifically because I have family here. So I'm here for and with my family. That's it. No, I'm not Canadian. I'm a permanent resident. I am an American. I'm an American who is a permanent resident of Canada, and I came here for my family. That's why. But even like taking myself out of the equation, my situation out of the equation, uh, I don't believe that just because you don't live in America, you can't talk about America because America is a world power. Okay, it is a world power. A great, like a tremendous amount of the things that America does, either be it militarily, economically, bit trade wise, that it affects the entire globe. Okay, America is the spearhead of basically the world's economy, the world's trade, the world's military actions. America is at the head of that. So I think that it is perfectly legit for anyone anywhere in the world, if they want to talk about America and if they want to either criticize or applaud that what America is, something that America is doing, I have no objection to that. I don't ascribe to the auspice of, well, you don't live in America, you can't talk about it. No, fuck that. And if they are talking about it and they have a reasonable level of knowledge in regards to the subject that they are speaking about, I've zero objection to it whatsoever. Now, if they're just going to pull something out of their ass and just start, going on and like bashing America, when they pulled like a tiny kernel of knowledge out of their ass and basically exploded it into a full bucket of popcorn and nothing about it makes sense or is real, well, now that's different. Now it's like, dude, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You're coming up with bullshit every which way but loose, and absolutely none of this is factual. Then it's like, okay, dude, you're talking about shit that you don't even know, and which is honestly the same as people that do that in America too. But again, it's this would be like the same. This would be like saying that, okay, you don't live in America, so you can't talk in America. Okay, now ascribe that logic to Americans talking about literally every other country on the planet. Ascribe that to Americans that bash the UK for functioning as a fascist state. Apply that to Americans talking about the problems that Canada has with their government trying to basically, institute, but essentially kind of fascist laws about social media policing. To apply that to France, where they're letting, or Spain, where they're just allowing fascism take over and they're letting illegal migrants come in and take over the country. It would basically be the same thing. To say that someone outside of America cannot talk about America is the same thing as saying people in America can't talk about any of the other countries. I disagree with both notions. And so in that respect, I don't have any problem with this guy talking about America, talking about having elected Trump, so long as they're not just pulling lies out of their ass and vomiting it up on the screen with no factual basis whatsoever. Then it's like, now it's just simply, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You don't have any facts.
Incredible stuff. But here's another reply saying this guy would be flipping burgers if Hassan didn't exist. His whole business model depends solely on if Hassan
He'd
goes
find someone
live
else to
or
talk
not.
about.
Now, Pegasus has basically said that he doesn't need to do this anymore. He could basically retire at this point. And I believe him. Like, looking at these statistics and how his channel has been performing.
He's doing it for the love of the game right now.
All of the views he has acquired, not just from talking about Hassan, but many different people. He doesn't need to do this anymore. Okay, he's doing this for the love of the game at this point. To basically create generational wealth. Good for him. Very good for him. But I don't think he depends on Hassan. And
and by the way, you've immediately, this code Zucon. Yeah, you've basically just reduced your intelligence by about 50 points by basically including this word in the beginning of your statement. You only include this word as a preface to your statement if you're a fucking idiot and anything that's about to come out of your mouth is severely lacking in any form of intelligence whatsoever. People that have an actual intellectual argument they want to discuss don't use this word or don't put this word in the preface of their statement. Point blank.
well,
this word.
If Hassan and
Oh, you guys can't see it. The chat is blocking it. Uh, this word. This word right here. And this is only used in an argument if you're a fucking idiot and you don't actually know what you're talking about, and you're basically trying to win your argument based on fifis.
Company doesn't want people talking about him, then maybe he should stop lying and saying ridiculous things and being a hypocrite and being outrageous and being hateful and supporting terrorist organizations and abusing animals and being just a generally terrible person.
Yes.
If he doesn't want people talking about him, maybe he should stop. I don't understand why people are so upset that someone is actually talking about him. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, that is the situation. Yeats provided this clip, and people are talking about it, and it's just more free content. I don't think people understand how this all works, right? If you want people like Pegasus or myself to stop talking about things, maybe stop providing free content. Because that's all this was, right? A pretty innocuous, agreeable clip from Pegasus drives in all these annoying people saying stupid things that I can farm for content. If you don't want us talking,
Me too.
Stop providing reasons for us to talk. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yes. Here it is, chat. Hassan is never, unless Hassan goes away, he will always be a wonderful font of content to farm from. He is that much of a dumbass that people like Pegasus, people like Rev, people like Asmongold, to a degree, people like me, Nux, we're gonna be feeding good for years.